Nice to see so many familiar faces of the press, and also we are extraordinarily lucky to have with us here for the press conference the first two riders. There are actually two people in second place, but just to the Jock Paget is his slot for familiarisation of the dressage riding. So we're very lucky to have with us Andreas Dubosky, who is in second equal place with FRH Butts Lyon, and in first place FRH Butts Abraxas with Ingrid Klimke. So if I could ask Ingrid first, if I may, if you could. Now it seemed in Malmo that you answered all the questions for the German team, so I'm sorry to, but we have to ask you. I know that you have been talking about this, but you've graced the best tracks all over the world and won so many medals, but this is your first Burghley, and what are your first impressions of being here?
I was very excited and very happy.
Just push the up.
I've been really excited to come because normally at home is a German championship of the young horses, so for dressage and eventers and jumpers, so all the breeders and owners would like us professionals to be there. But I said this year Abraxas is 16, so don't wait too long, and that's why one of my dreams really comes true now, to be here, and I was really impressed. It's a beautiful, beautiful park, and the track is outstanding. I was very impressed, I must say. And only after the course walk with Chris this morning I feel more confident, because this is one of the biggest track I've ever seen. So this is definitely not a dressage competition. I'm very happy that Abraxas did again such a lovely test, really listening and really supple and really felt wonderful. But I know that on Saturday this is a real track.
Good, thank you. Any questions for Ingrid? Pippa?
I just wanted to ask exactly what the link is between the two Butts horses. Are they both bred by the same person? I know they're both by heraldic, but...
What is the relevance of the Butts?
Butts is a last name from the breeder,
Okay.
and he breeds event horses. It was his dream to breed only event horses all the years, and we have a lot of horses from him, and we have two families. One family is with A, and another family is with L, and all these horses are together from a big family.
There we are.
Yeah, it's a very interesting story, because this both horses, Leon and Abraxas, they spent the first 3 years together in the field, so before they start to schooling.
So there's no connection in the actual breeding, it's the family?
Sorry?
There is no connection in the breeding, but it's the family who bred the horses.
No, there are two families. It's the same breeder, and he built up his breed on two mares at the beginning, one with L and one with A. And so we have a lot of horses. My second championship horse, Leonas Dancer, he came from the L family, and Abraxas, Andorra, and Everden, Butts Everden, I rode him last weekend in Malmö. They came from the other side.
And what's his first name, the guy who bred them?
Fritz Butt. Friedrich Butt.
Any more questions for, first of all, Ingrid? Yes?
Are there any parts of the cross-country course that you think will be more testing for Abraxas?
Yes, you said that, you know, it's a very, very big course. Are there any particular ones that you're already thinking this is going to be difficult?
I think there are some combinations. I definitely had looked at the alternative as well, and then I can make up my mind. The hills are definitely, they need a lot of condition, but luckily he is 3/4 thoroughbred and he's normally very fit, and so I feel quite confident that he has enough stamina for the hills. Luckily he was already also in Kentucky, because I think Kentucky, the World Equestrian Games, that was also quite a tough track with really bold fences, and I know that he is now had so many different courses done that I know that he's experienced and well looking forward and pays attention for me.
Any last question before we hand over? Andreas, could I just ask you, you must be very pleased with the way that Leon went in the dressage. Do you want to have the microphone just to, thank you, thank you. The way that you're very pleased with the test. You've had an opportunity to look at the course as well now. How do you think Leon will cope with this course?
it's very very difficult to say before I'm riding. I have a lot of ideas, but because I just walk one time, and I wanted to start immediately after this conference here to walk another one the second time. But I think the key for a success is to find the balance between these big fences and the technical riding and with the conditions. So we have to look that we make a good plan for the start, to find the rhythm, to find the good line, and yeah, hopefully we can jump all the fences safe enough that we have not so much trouble moments, because then at the end the conditions is one of the keys of the success, I think.
Yeah. Any questions for Andreas? Pippa?
Could we just ask about your test, whether it was the test you hoped for from the horse today, and what were the particular highlights?
Was it that the test you expected from Leon today? Is Leon very consistent in its...
For me, the whole test was a highlight. He was very with me all the time. He spent all his concentration to my riding. He was really calm and concentrated, and yeah, I'm absolutely happy, because sometimes he doesn't like the grass ground. He's better to ride on the sand, but here the ground is very good preparation with water, that so this ground is not so hard, so he felt good, and I had a very good feeling. And it's one of the most difficult disciplines for me.
Rupert?
Your German eventing is enjoying a bit of a purple patch at the moment, and obviously trying to give it a British angle here. But what does Chris Bartle bring to the party that has enabled you as a team to go so well?
Ingrid, I'll translate that into English for you. What my colleague was... You understood?
I understood, yeah. I mean, in 2000, I already said that 2000 in Sydney, we have been 7th after dressage, the Germans. Now, today, nobody knows this anymore, because they think we must be in the one on the top. And because Chris is really so interested in every little detail. So even if you have an 8, he is so precise, thinking, how can we make a 9 of it? So he is in the dressage, particularly also very experienced, because he came from the dressage, so he started to build up the dressage as well as the cross-country. And he made really, walking with him a cross-country course, you feel so safe, because he makes everything so clear and has his cross-country rules. They are really written down, it's the rules for us, because I think it was in Kentucky when we broke some rules, some of the riders. We haven't been very successful there, so he said too many riders are breaking the rules. So he now wrote down his rules, and when we have our training camps, we really sit together and he goes theoretically through it. We look at films, DVDs, pictures, he really analyzes everything. So we feel very secure, supported, and we know that he, in combination with Hans Melzer, they both are very strong together. Each has his part with making the rider feeling really comfortable, take every pressure off our shoulders, and make sure that we can totally focus on our horses, our riders. And the same was in the training camp. We had from Thursday till Monday, when we left to Malmö, we had a few days in the moon where we could really totally focus on this one horse, or we had 2 horses. The horses from Burghley were allowed to come here as well. But the others had 1 horse, so what meant we came away from our daily work and all the pressure and everything what we do all day long, and really could focus just on 1 horse, make sure the horse is happy, we have had a good rest, fun together, and really came together as much closer, because normally you don't have time at a show to drink coffee or go out together or whatever. It meant that we really had time to spend for fun and for preparation.
Thank you, Ingrid. I mean, certainly at a lot of the events you see how happy the team are together and very well bonded. Any more questions? I think I'm going to let the riders go. But
It's slightly irrelevant, but your Malmo horse is young. Is that likely to be one of your best ones? Are you really thrilled with how it went?
I was really pleased, because she is 9,
Yeah.
and so both were on the list, and it's always, you only know if they do it, and
Yeah.
you always hope they do it. You know they have a lot of potential, but when they have done it in 3 disciplines, really do such a lovely job, and especially in the jumping, she really didn't touch one fence and was so careful and so full of power that I was very, very happy. But still, Abraxas would like to be number 1. That's why he's here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ingrid, Andres, thank you so much for addressing us in English. Thank you for your patience. So in second place equal after the first day of the Land Rover Burghley Horse Trials 2013 is Andreas Dubowski with Butts Leon, FRH Butts Leon, but in first place, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for both of them. Ingrid Klimke with FRH Butts Abraxas. Thank you very much. Thank you. Danke.